Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at those tiny homes online and thought, man, that's nice, but there's no way that I can afford that? Because a lot of those homes you see, they're 80,000, 100,000, sometimes even more. And for most regular folks, that's just not realistic. But what if I told you there's a path that thousands of people are using right now that starts a whole lot simpler than that? And it might not look fancy, but it works. If you're new here, I'm Kevin, but most folks call me Paw Paw. On this channel, we talk about tiny homes, shed conversions, affordable land, and how to build a life that you can actually afford. And today I want to walk you through one of the most practical paths that I've seen, because it's not just something I've studied, it's something I've lived. Now, when people hear shed conversion, they sometimes picture something that is temporary, something thrown together, or something that you're not really supposed to live in. But that's not what we're talking about here. Not at all. Across rural America right now, there are thousands of people doing something that doesn't show up on TV and doesn't always show up on YouTube either. They're taking simple building shells, basic structures, and slowly turning them into real homes. And I mean real homes, places where people sleep every night, where they cook their meals, raise their families, and live their lives. Sometimes it starts with something that you can buy off a lot, a portable building from a shed company. Now this right here is what most people don't realize. You can walk onto a lot like this, and instead of needing $80,000, you might be looking at $8,000, $10,000, something like that, for a simple shell. Nothing fancy, just 4 walls and a roof. And sometimes it's a structure that someone builds themselves right there on the land. But the idea is always the same, and this is the part that I want you to really see. You're not buying a finished home. You're not trying to afford the dream all at once. You're starting with something simple, something that you can actually reach. And then you build it out over time. One wall, one room, one paycheck at a time. And for a whole lot of people, that right there is what makes this path possible. And the reason this works for so many people is because it changes one big thing. It lowers the barrier to get started. Because for most people, the dream doesn't die because they don't want it. It dies because of that big number, that upfront cost, that feeling like you've got to have everything ready before you can even begin. But this path flips that. Instead of needing $80,000 sitting in the bank, you might be standing on a lot like this one, looking at something like this right here and realizing this might only take a small down payment to get started. Or maybe it's a monthly payment on the shell, something that fits into your life right now. Not perfect, not finished, but possible. And then here's where it really starts to make sense, because you're not trying to solve everything at once. You're not saying, hey, I need to afford the entire house today. You're saying, I just need to take the first step. And then you build it out as money allows. Maybe that's insulation 1 month, wiring the next. Maybe you finish one room and live in that while you work on the other rooms. And that's how a lot of regular families actually operate. Not big construction loans and not huge lump sums, but one paycheck at a time. I mean, that's how we did it. And I can tell you from my experience, it's not fast and it's not always easy, but it's real. And for a lot of people, that's the difference between watching the dream from a distance or actually stepping into the dream. And that's exactly what we did. Back in 2018, we didn't have some big plan. We didn't have a pile of money sitting in the bank. We just knew one thing, that we needed a way forward. So we started with a shed. We bought it on a rent-to-own plan. It was about $600 a month. And whenever we could, we paid a little extra toward it. We didn't rush it. We didn't try to force it, we just kept moving forward. And in less than 3 years, it was paid off. Now the shed itself cost us about $13,000, and then came the part that most people don't see. We started building it out. Not all at once, not perfectly, but little by little. Some months we made a lot of progress. Some months we barely did anything at all. Because life happens, bills come up, things break, but we didn't stop. We just kept going. And over time, that little building started to feel more like a home. By the time we were finished, we had about $30,000 to $35,000 in the whole thing. And what we ended up with was something a lot of people are chasing right now, a place that was ours. No mortgage hanging over us, no massive amount of debt, just something we built over time. It was simple, but we loved it. And I want you to hear this part. We didn't start because everything lined up perfectly. We started because it was something that we could actually do ourselves. And for a lot of people, that's the part that changes everything. Now, I want to talk about something that doesn't always get shown on YouTube, because this path is not perfect. It's not polished, and it's definitely not always easy. When you start with a shed, you're not moving into a finished home. You're stepping into a project, and that means you've got to figure out some things. Things like insulation, wiring, plumbing, heating and cooling, and sometimes you're learning as you go. And here's another thing, it's not going to look like what you see online. Those tiny homes that you see on Instagram, the ones with the perfect lighting and the clean finishes, that's usually the end of the story, not the beginning. What you don't always see is the middle, the messy part. The part where things are half finished and you're figuring it out one step at a time. But here's what I've found, is that the messy middle, that's where most real homes are actually built. And for a lot of people, that's where this path either becomes real or it becomes too much. Listen, because this path is not for everyone. If someone wants everything finished, fast, and perfect from day one, this probably isn't the route that they're going to go. But for someone who's willing to be patient, learn a few things, and take it one step at a time, this can absolutely work. And that's why I think it's so important to talk about both sides of it. Not just what's possible, but what it actually takes to get there. But even with all of that, this path, it still matters. Because for a lot of people, this might be one of the only ways that they can move forward. When you look at housing costs right now, prices are up, interest rates are super high, and for a lot of regular folks, it just feels out of reach. And that's where something like this changes the conversation. Because now you're not asking, can I afford a house? You're asking, what can I build starting where I am? And that's a very different question. Because when you start thinking about it that way, you begin to see your options. Maybe it's not fast and maybe it's not fancy for sure, but it's possible. And for a lot of people watching this, that's really what they're looking for. Not perfect, just possible. A way to move forward without taking on a mountain of debt. A way to build something that's actually theirs. And over time, that adds up to something bigger than just a house. It adds up to freedom, really. Freedom from payments, freedom from pressure, and a little more control over your life. And that's why I believe this path really matters. Not because it's easy, but because it's a real way to go. And it's something more people should at least understand before they decide it's not for them. Now, I do want to say something important here, because no matter how affordable the structure is, no matter how simple the build looks, a lot of this still comes back to one thing, and that's the land. Because I've seen people get really excited about building. They find a good deal on a shed, they start making plans, and then everything slows down, not because they did anything wrong, but because there were things they didn't know to check. Things like zoning rules, septic requirements, road access, utilities, stuff like that. And here's the tricky part. A lot of that doesn't show up in a land listing. You can scroll through photos, you can read the description, and you can even walk the property and still not have the full picture. And that's where people get into trouble. They assume if I can buy it, I can build on it. And that's just not always true. Some land looks perfect but won't pass a perk test. Some land is cheap because access isn't guaranteed. Some land says it's unrestricted but still has local rules that matter. And I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm saying it to help you avoid the mistakes that cost people time, money, and a whole lot of frustration. Because the goal isn't just to buy land, it's to buy land that actually works for what you're trying to do. And that's why I always tell people this. Before you build anything, make sure the land supports your plan. Because if the land doesn't work, nothing you build on top of it will fix that. And honestly, this right here is where most people need the most help. And that's actually why I put together the land buying blueprint. It's just a kind of a step-by-step way to walk through all those things you need to check so that you're not guessing and you're not finding things out too late. If you want to take a look at it, I'll link it down below in the description. And this shed conversation path is just one of the real ways people are still making this work today. Because the tiny American dream doesn't always start with a perfect house on a perfect piece of land with everything finished on day one. Because more often than not, it starts small, it starts a little messy, and it grows over time. So if you've been feeling like this dream is out of reach, I just want you to hear this. There are still paths. They may not look like what you see online. They may take a little more time and a little more patience and a little more effort, but they're real. And sometimes all it takes to get started is being willing to begin with something simple. And in the next video, we're going to look at another path that people are using that might be even simpler than this one.